Hello, welcome. Treasure Chest Tuesday, Susan Taylor Shire, Soul Mastery, and so much joy for you right now. Here we are in the month of May, and I love answering your questions. And today's question comes through the amazing Soul Mastery Training certification program that I'm doing right now. And we have an amazing, I've said amazing enough, haven't I? A group of people gathered for this 6-month course. And one of the questions that came up is so relevant to something people have asked me about very often, actually. And the question was, well, let me give you the story. This person had something when we were on the call together, it was a Zoom call, come up very deeply. An old fear come up, and it was just a scream happening. And so when it presented itself, then afterwards she said to me, to all of us actually, so help me understand, if something like that comes up in a group setting, is it mine? Does it belong to the collective? Is it my job to bring these things forward? Because often when I'm in a group, these kinds of revelations happen where deep things occur, and it seems to be mine to reveal. Is that part of my soul's mission here? Great question. So here's what I have to say about that. So anything that comes up in us that is not of pure connection to Source, well, pure connection to Source is totally ours. Anything that's a trigger, anything that's an emotion, anything of that nature, fear, anger, sadness, is ours. And people could say, well, is it something that's being held in the collective? Well, there may be a lot of people holding that in the collective, but if you're feeling it, it is yours. It could never be that you are just a blank slate and everybody else's stuff just comes flying into you and you are there to transform it. Now, there are situations where we become sponges at a soul level. We believe that we're here to transform people's stuff. But it doesn't come flying in unless we have set it up for that to be the case at a soul level. And I help people with that all the time because it's not a creative situation to be in. So what will happen in that case is a whole story. But for now, let's just look at the fact that if something is triggered in you, it is yours. Yes, it may be, I'm going to say it again, yes, it may be something that's moving in the collective, but it's yours. Is it your job to reveal it? If it's coming up through you and you're in a group and you feel the compulsion, then in that moment you feel the compulsion and it's yours to reveal. As a soul, would we come in like a martyr and say, I'm going to be the next Joan of Arc in this area and transform this field, whether it relates to abuse or addiction or whatever it is, I'm going to change all of that for mankind. A soul doesn't do that in a martyred kind of way. A soul may say, I see the need for a greater dimension of truth, love, prosperity, whatever it is. And I'm going to step up to the plate and hold my vibration in that way. And whoever is inspired and empowered by that and comes along and does more of that themselves, fantastic. But I am not coming in deliberately. Nobody signs up to deliberately martyr themselves and say, in the service to mankind, I'm going to struggle and have these pains and these fears if it will help mankind. That's not what a soul does. Now, we have soul challenges, which will create that sense of the only way I'm going to make a difference here is if I suffer. But that is a challenge. That is not a soul destiny or mission. So let's go back to the original question. Is it mine? It's yours. You're feeling it in that moment. Okay? You may feel a lot of fear. Someone else may be in grief a lot. That's theirs. You maybe enjoy a lot. That's yours. Yay. You don't want to say that belongs to the collective. You want to own the joy. You want to own the happy. You want to own the abundance. When you own something, to say it's yours, you realize that you have created it, you're responsible for it, and then you can transform it. If you say it belongs to the collective, it's not so easy to transform it, right? You can't do anything with it because it belongs to the collective and you feel stuck with this pattern that repeats itself over and over again. If you name it and claim it to be yours, then you can do something about it. Way more powerful, way more sovereign, way more authentic. And that part of you that's feeling that emotion can easily create with your largeness of soul a whole new way of being in the world. That's another topic we won't go into, but I just wanted to bring this up, and I so appreciate her and her ability to say what's going on here, because sometimes in groups there are those who do seem to represent and are the ones that are the most vocal as it relates to shifting things, igniting things, activating things. Great. If that's part of your soul to do that, fantastic. But do it for yourself and know that it will inspire others. So, great to talk to you about this incredible topic that we're on. And I have no segue. I do want to talk about the fact that this is the month of May, and by popular request, I am doing home, property, and building clearings again at a discounted half price, $50 off rate, because they were so popular last time I did it. And it is so important that the sanctuary for the beauty of what you have to bring as a being here is in a nurturing, beautiful, clear space. You'll see the link below. You can read more about it, and if you have questions, feel free to ask me. So, blessings to your sovereign authenticity, blessings to your home, properties, and buildings that you dwell in and bring your soul radiance to, and blessings to your heart and soul. It's always such a deep joy to be with you.